In Korea, there's a game considered legendary called Chronicles of Arcana. After years as the most played game, one day it came to an end and was discontinued. On the same day the servers were shut down, the world of Chronicles of Arcana materialized in the real world. This rupture in reality also caused the monsters that existed only in the game to emerge in the real world. Humanity was on the brink of extinction, but with the game materializing in reality, the players' characters from the legendary game were brought into the earth. People who played Arcana transformed into their characters in the real world. It seems that when you awaken and become your game character, it's not you who controls your body. Now you're the one giving orders to your character and watching your character live in your place in the real world. Our protagonist is named Lee Hoyol. His character in the game is named Granfell Cloud Arpeus Romeo. When he was a teenager, Lee Hoyol created his character in the game. It looked like a hideous thing, but that was just the initial idea. At the time he played, his parents were poor, so he couldn't play the Chronicles of Arcana game for long because the augmented reality equipment was expensive. Even renting the device was expensive. Because of this, his in-game character only reached level 55, which was very little compared to other players at the time. Cloud's backstory was quite simple. He is the successor of a noble family that met the same fate as the Uchihas, and he was the only survivor of it. Now, to get his revenge, Cloud has become a demon hunter. Cloud's personality reflected that of a 12-year-old boy when he created Cloud. After Arcana appeared in the world, awakened players started to be paid for protecting the Earth from monsters. However, Cloud, besides being weak at only level 55, is a Demon Hunter class. In the game, the Demon Hunter class was less played because the class skills were too weak against normal creatures. See the Demon Hunter against the normal monster. Now see another class fighting with a sword. A bit of a disadvantage? At the beginning of the game, while all classes were doing hunting missions, Demon Hunters had to do food delivery missions to gain experience because they were so rubbish at the start. However, when it came to killing demons, no class compared. They were the monsters, and that's the only positive point of the class. That's why other players always saw this class as a useless one. Now, in reality, Cloud discovered that the Demon Hunter city was destroyed and all demon hunters died. Maybe Cloud is the last living demon hunter. He stopped playing when he was a child, and his character was already weak at the time, back at level 55, and he continued without evolution years ago. And even after the Earth became arcane, his awakening as Cloud was delayed. Arcana was brought to the Earth years ago, and many things were destroyed, but people were able to rebuild things with the players, and everyone's life returned to normal. However, currently, the negative emotions of people are serving as food for the demons that inhabit the Earth, possessing people and starting a new era of danger with demons as protagonists. Our story truly begins with a person looking at their phone, waiting for the protagonist to arrive. It's the group leader. Cloud arrives 1 minute late. The leader greets Cloud, the new member of the group. Look at the leader's hand. It's huge. It's bigger than his head, if you look closely. Cloud joined a group to do rupture cleaning missions. Ruptures are portals that normal humans can't see or be affected by. Only the awakened from Arcana can see and interact with these portals. Cloud, gazing at the rupture, notices that the portal they are heading to is at 19.8% destruction progress. When it reaches 100%, the rupture breaks, and the monsters are released into the real world. Have I seen this somewhere else before? It's not unfamiliar solo leveling, right? Hence, players are allowed to freely invade any portal they encounter to clean everything inside. But then there's also the risk of getting screwed over inside. However, the average level of the other players doing these ruptures is 200. These groups there, it's impossible for him to even get close. Imagine getting in. But luckily, there are also awakened people who are at a lower level, so Cloud managed to join a group. Inside the rupture, their group keeps formation, but they don't find any gnolls, who were supposed to be right there at the beginning. The healer of the group says, his leader somewhat strangely, that it must have been another group that passed through here before, so there's nothing to worry about. Everyone agrees and continues peacefully. Cloud was the only one who didn't find this normal man, but even then, that doesn't mean much. Further ahead, they encounter a group of gnolls, and the group leader starts running like crazy. The group didn't even understand and just followed the guy. Cloud just keeps an eye while the fight happens in front of him. Lee Hoyol, who is not Cloud himself, was glad they didn't need him in the fight, also because he's useless from being so weak. However, Cloud, on his own, opened his inventory to choose a weapon. weapon. There were only junk. The intense fight in front of him, a stray arrow that he ended up dodging. No big deal. This wretch wasn't weak, was he? As creatures were raining arrows on the group and were starting to break through the tank's defenses, the group was screwed. Meanwhile, from afar, the team leader stood still without helping. The most screwed member of the group started yelling for him to help. In this distraction, he got hit from behind. When the blade was almost entering his eye, the monster was struck by an arrow so strong it died. Cloud used the weak bow he had in his inventory and did that. The blonde guy thanked for the help, and the other one, back there, was almost fainting from fear. While the other fought, other monsters were going to attack her, who was further back. The girl froze with fear. In the blink of an eye, Cloud was by her side and shot another arrow. With that, the girl snapped back to reality. She cast an area fire magic and shot fire in all directions. With this attack, you could even have some monsters for dinner. I'm sure, to this day, I haven't seen anyone turn down a barbecue. Only vegans. After the damage, Cloud tells the girl to check if the other members are okay, now that there are no more monsters. The member who almost lost his eye went to confront the group leader. Why did he suddenly go after the monsters and then stand still without helping? He wanted an explanation for why he did that. It was a very simple answer. The guy even starts laughing in front of them. The member who almost went blind gets even angrier because he finds it funny. As for the girl back there, she gets even more terrified because her magic fire went out completely, man. With that, Cloud's natural enemy ability activates. It increases the user's power when fighting demons, meaning Cloud realizes that their leader is possessed by a demon. The buffs from his ability being activated prove that their leader is now a demon. For the rest of the group, even with the change of place and the appearance of the leader, they don't believe in that demon stuff. One of them questions. Everything around starts to darken, and suddenly the screams are heard. The reduced mindset effect, when a demon is watching, affects the group. When you see someone acting crazy on the street, is it because a demon is watching? Cloud tries to land a dagger blow that was easily defended by the demon. The demon questions if Cloud doesn't mind killing the leader's body. That's because the demon only possesses that body. To defeat the demon, it's necessary to kill the host's body. Cloud didn't even listen and was thinking about how to get through the armor. He tried to attack and missed. Cloud stabbed the dagger in the creature's neck from behind, even managed to crack the armor, but it wasn't enough. The demon tries another attack, shouting that humans are false. That's because Cloud was friendly to this human he possessed and now doesn't hesitate to try to kill him. Before he could finish speaking, he took another dagger attack he didn't even see coming. Cloud hesitated at nothing, and besides, his blade is made of silver, and it seems that's bad for demons. Cloud is known as weak, but something doesn't seem right about this. Ruthlessly, Cloud says he doesn't talk to prey. Therefore, trying to dialogue is pointless. What gives strength to the demon are the negative emotions of the person. In the case of the leader, it's the feeling of inferiority compared to his older brother. Even though his older brother doesn't see any problem with him not being strong, he torments himself about it, right? This feeling made a demon influence his actions, and now he was almost managing to possess the poor guy's physical body. He was screwed. At that moment, he also realized that because of this, he put his friends in danger, which makes the leader's mindset even worse and all this atmosphere weighing. So Cloud cuts off the guy's hand. The demon now got angry with him. How come he does this in another human's body? Cloud looks down disdainfully and says he understood. He sees the body owner holding the demon for him to attack himself. Cloud recognizes this as the leader's pride. And if the body owner is holding the body for him to do that, why not? Cloud gives him a straight cut and cuts off the head from the body. Incredible, but the twist was that the guy was all in one piece, trembling in fear. And Cloud tells them all to be proud and not to be afraid of demons. Another thing is that the attacks of a demon